had this?
Yeah, something about a buttery baguette at 7:30 a.m. hits different.
Yo, hold up. I think he's
Yo,
pointing at us.
yo. Oh, nuts, we are live.
What's bumpin', Danny Hand? I'm your co-host, Skylar.
And I'm Mickey.
Yo, have you heard about the Robin Hood and the lads on Reddit taking GameStop to the moon?
Yeah, I invested my college tuition in AMC. I'm down a couple grand, but I have a feeling it's going to take off like Najee Harris and the Natty.
Oh, so you invest a lot. Do you know about Bitcoin?
To be honest, Skylar, I don't even have a clue what Bitcoin is. Is that like V-Bucks?
Nah, Blakey.
Let's rip over to Fitz and McCoy to see the latest scoop about the mysterious currency.
Do you want to know what's gnarly? Investing in Bitcoin. How do you invest in Bitcoin, you may ask? Easy. You need to learn about cryptocurrency.
I don't get it. How does it work? I don't understand how it works.
Bitcoin is actually a digital currency. It was created in January of 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin is not a government-regulated currency, and it promises lower transaction fees compared to traditional payment methods.
Here's the thing. Explaining cryptocurrency, what I like to do is there's mail. I write a letter on a piece of paper. I fold it up. I put it in an envelope. I put a stamp on it. I put it in the mailbox. And it gets delivered. They give it to somebody. They open up the letter with their name on it. They open up the letter. They read the letter. Fine. Now, explain email. How does email get to somebody? And as soon as you start going into the weeds on explaining email to somebody, you're going to see it sounds a lot like you're describing cryptocurrency.
You may ask yourself, how is Bitcoin tracked and transferred? What they use to transfer Bitcoin is something called blockchain. Blockchain is a simple way of passing information from point A to point B in a safe and secure way. The person on side A initiates the transaction by creating a block, and this block is verified by thousands of computers. The block is then added to the chain, which is virtually impossible to falsify, so the process ensures success.
I do have some cryptocurrencies. And how else do you get started? You turn on NPR, and you hear about this odd thing on your way to work one day about this Bitcoin, and then you start doing some research and trying to answer some questions, and then you get into the game too late, and then you lose your shirt. That's how you do it. Okay.
Should students invest in Bitcoin?
Caveat emptor. Buyer beware.
GoodFinancialAgents.com believes that the earlier you start investing, the more opportunity you will have to grow. It is a great way to understand your economy and get money doing it. On the other hand, investing comes with a lot of risk, and you have to be very careful about what you are investing in. All in all, investing as a kid can set you up for life.
It's dangerous out there in the crypto world. You play your cards right, maybe you'll be the world's next millionaire. This has been Will Fitzgerald reporting. Dogecoin to the moon.
I guess V-Bucks aren't the same as Bitcoin.
Yeah, maybe I should stop buying V-Bucks and get into Bitcoin this weekend. What are you planning on doing this weekend?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
That's valid. Me and the boys are cranking the dins, emptying the garage, and taking day trips to Pittsburgh and the trees all weekend. The snow forecast reads yard sales and the conditions look absolutely foul.
What's up? Pittsburgh? Maybe I'll just stick to watching some good old hockey, eh?
Yeah, maybe I'll watch some too. Speaking of hockey, I heard winter sports are back on. I know boys hockey is looking to play in some barn burners again this year after their state championship run was ended short last year.
Other winter sports are also looking to get us some hardware this year as well. Let's take it over to Sweeney, Scott, Chrissy, and Amy to see what the latest news is for winter sports.
On January 12th, CIAC Executive Director Glenn Lungarini gave the go-ahead for winter sports to commence. While winter sports players all over the state were happy to be given the opportunity to play this year, there were and still are a lot of precautions being taken. Almost every sport has to wear masks while playing with no spectators at their venues, and there are more precautions specific to each sport. Despite the unfamiliar challenges brought upon athletes this year, sports players at hand plan to make the most out of their limited season.
We're here with Mike Trav, basketball captain. So, Trav, aside from wearing masks, what are some other setbacks to this new sports experience during the pandemic?
One of the big setbacks I think we have this year is no locker rooms. I think that's kind of odd because like we're usually like getting prepared in our locker room and like getting hype in the locker room, and now this year we gotta kind of like change how we do that.
I guess the biggest thing is the locker rooms. The first few practices we actually had to change in the parking lot, and then our past 2 practices we're allowed to use different locker rooms but not our normal hand one.
Yeah, and there's no fans either, right?
Yeah, no fans, which is a big bummer, at least for basketball, because we used to get some big crowds for some of the games, and now we got to just feed off our own energy.
Can't get any girls watching you dunk on people?
Yeah, not this year.
Unfortunate. What restriction do you think impacted basketball the most?
I for sure think it's the masks because those really take a toll on your conditioning. Last year it was much easier to stay conditioned because the masks weren't there, so we could run the entire game. Now this year it's going to be a little different. We're probably going to have to get subbed out more, and it's just going to be a whole different story.
Can't breathe.
Yeah, I can't breathe.
Can't breathe.
As your team captain, how does your approach to leading the team this year differ from the goals of captains in the past?
I guess normally you're trying to keep everybody positive, but it's a little harder now. I think everybody's just happy we get to play.
I think this year we're going to have to be more on top of our other players, like more in terms of safety, because if players are getting sick left and right, we're not going to end up having a season, or our season's going to get postponed for a couple of weeks.
What do you hope to achieve by the end of the season, considering there are no state tournaments?
So we're still going to have the conference tournaments. So, I mean, what we're shooting for as a team is kind of to win that, and I think we have a pretty good chance this year. We're pretty deep, and we got other players that can contribute, and I think we're going to do pretty well this year.
I guess the same idea, keep everybody positive, and I'm just hoping we can continue on playing. And games start February 8th, so exciting.
We're winning SECs, boys.
Here's some of the main precautions for each sport. The boys swimming team is all virtual, and officials come to film and time them. The boys and girls hockey and basketball teams have to wear masks at all times and are not allowed to use locker rooms. The wrestling team is not competing, just conditioning, and the ski team's precautions are on the lighter side. While we were unable to get the perspectives of the fencing and gymnastics teams, who appear to be having greater difficulty with their COVID-induced seasons, we spoke with the captain of the ski team for a more optimistic view on winter sports.
We're here with Blicky Murley, ski team captain and not the anchor for this week's Tiger Talk. Is this your first time on Tiger Talk?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited.
What are some setbacks to this new sports experience during the pandemic?
Well, obviously we have to be wearing masks, but we also have to keep our distance from other teams, make sure we're not getting too close because we don't want to get contact traced or infected and have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
What do you hope to achieve by the end of the season?
Well, we're hoping for a state tournament, and then we're going to win the Natty because top 1 in the state, or top 2 in the state, and we're not 2. I'll give you that. I'll tell you that. We're not 2. So we got some new talent. Jackson Mallory, kid's a god, came from an academy. He's a great skier. We have some other great skiers like Dave Ginsberg, Brennan Walsh. We're hoping to win the Natty for the boys ski team.
With COVID threatening all our sports at hand this year, let's just be thankful we got some sort of season this winter. From the home of the Tigers, this is Scott Testori reporting.
Wow, that boys ski team captain looks like an absolute beauty.
Nah, Blicky.
Anyway, I'm gassed up for sports starting up again. It's just too bad fans aren't allowed.
Yeah, I was looking forward to getting rowdy in the stands. But hey, at least our seniors get to play one last season.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just a shame I won't be able to see Dom Montesi and Teddy LeCarry on the ice again. Watching those two really got my hands sweaty.
Well, I'm out, man.
You know we're already halfway through the school year?
Geez, I guess I lost track of what month it is. I think I've gone brain dead from staring at my computer screen all day.
I really hope we have a better spring. I'm sick of sitting indoors and around boring people.
I know, I just want to run away.
Mickey, something already did run away from us, and you know you're not going to like it.
If you're talking about Reggie, I don't want to hear it.
No. Who's Reggie? I was talking about this episode of Tiger Talk.
Rats, it looks like we're going to have to call it here for this week's episode.
Well, see you next week, Danny Hand. Stay classy and remember to brush your teeth and comb your hair.